Yes, I. Greetings, ones. Greetings, greetings, greetings from the greater life, man. God is everything and everything is God. You know? Yes, we're still in this new page. Called the page have not yet closed yet, so we still are in the list of this page, you know? So since we are still in this page, if we haven't give thanks yet, let's give thanks. And as always, I give thanks for all things in all things. So I give thanks to the devil. Through him I know God. I give thanks for war. Through it I know peace. I give thanks for hate. Through it I know love. I give thanks to the enemy. Through it I know friend. I give thanks to the takers. Through it I learn to appreciate the give. You know? I give thanks to everything and everything. Because all the duplicates of life, I give thanks for the ups. Because I learn to appreciate the downs. I give thanks for the hints. I appreciate the outs. Understand? You have to give thanks for all things. Everything in life requires duplicates. A man and a woman. So I give thanks. I am the man. I give thanks to the woman. The negative and positive, the force field at work. Every action needs a reaction. And all action comes as a result of the two force field, you know? So we have to give thanks to all things. We sometimes kind of confuse ourselves by searching in different directions, different areas, different entities, for different answers to life questions, because the body is a receptor, understand? The spirit and the body are merged from the beginning of creation. And the beginning of creation is our creation, the merger of the spirit and the flesh. The process that takes place between 6 to 9 months. That from birth to conception, understand? This process is a process where the greater life empties itself and fuels itself with a portion of earth, which is called the flesh. Yes? All the knowledge has been dispersed in the universe. This is my scientific definition I give you now, you know. It's not come from no book, it's not come from no man writing. I give you out of my head right now. Or out of my head. The English version, because I realize the script not really carry through my words clearly as I am putting it across, you know. What I'm hearing is something different to the script I put out. So I'm trying my best to make it as clear as possible. But if you can hear from what I'm saying, then listen to what I hear, and what you hear is definitely what I'm saying. Understand? Yeah, man. So I'm saying the fusion of the energy forces is what allows for the continuation of life, motion, for the consistent of an eternal life, the greater life intend to pursue, you know. But we have some different opinion in terms of religious prospect. For instance, the Christian doctrine would have said sin and righteousness are two enemies. There are two reactors. They are both the same response that come from good and bad, war and peace. They are just two reactors. You know, the energy forces act upon each other in order to create the motion that is necessary. So when we think of the perfection, we human beings are created a perfection, as in pure positive light, you know. That is our opinion of life. But the greater life intention was for a great continuation. So what he created, the world that we live in, is a great conspiracy, a huge question, you know. The answers was never meant to be given, because all the knowledge exists, but exists in the universe, right? So after him empty himself and enter into the flesh, the merger that every life receive in the beginning of your time, is what we got in order to channel and reclaim back the energy. The interpretation is what we disperse and then create lessons. Each of us teach and learn something from each other, you know? Yeah, man. So I couldn't judge anyone's action completely. I have to give thanks for the action and how it affect or affect yeah and I just have to give thanks, because it was all necessary. Sometimes some things might happen in life where we might say it is so bad, but we never say when it's good that it's so good or it's too good, because there's no man in this life that does not affect and affected by good and bad, you know. every man disperse a little good and disperse a little bad just the same, because we all are carriers of the greater life. And we all affect and affect each other in different ways, because we are a lesson and a teacher to each other, you know? Yeah. So what we must understand is our definition, because the force field, and when I talk about the force field, I'm talking about a scientific definition from the greater life. Because we are all a part and a carrier of the greater life, like I said before. Yeah? It acts upon the body, create different reaction at different times, in individual or group. Understand? So it acts anywhere within the ambits of life. You know? So whatever reaction might come about, our feelings, but what we are in general is our opinion, because our opinion is the interpretation of the knowledge that we receive from the external forces, where the greater life already dispersed in the universe, and we picked up again through the skin, you know, the receptor, and we receive back that information, and however it affects us, from it, our interpretation, we make a decision, and that's the only gift that we got, choice, along with time, because the time is what the greater life gives us. From birth to conception is a time for every creature, every plant, every living thing. It's been given a time. And there's no man that can take a man's life, you know. And you might say, I might say to be saying this, but in truth, only time a man loses his life, and never loses life, is that his time comes to a stop, is when the greater life determines that it's time. You know, despite the fact that he had given a timeline, which the life can live and extend and depart naturally, it still can determine otherwise, because action and reaction can determine the ins and outs of life. You know, because take for instance the animal kingdom. You have the gazelle and you have the lion, the predator and the prey. Each will give life, and sometime at birth, a young never get the chance to reach maturity. That's our lessons in life, you know. You and I would hope that we'll reach old age. Sometime we never get to that point. The only difference is the predators and the prey is also our same action. Because we act against each other, we destroy each other. You know? But it's necessary in the lesson that the greater life intends to impart. Not justifying that a man should take on a negative reaction to life and just decide that he will die and just kill people anytime he's ready. No. Fear is an angel that's induced. It's a protector angel that protects both you and your attacker at any time. You understand? When it acts, it tells one to defend. And in that process of defense, it first gives the option of protecting both individuals. It either tell you to flee or to fight, depending on the situation, because the situation is that much against you or I. It will tell you to flee. But if you cannot flee from the situation, then the determination, the only option is to fight. And if fighting is not necessary, then you have no choice but to give up and be lost. And hope that your attacker might not take your life in that sense. You know? So the greater life, I've given all these attributes in order for us to be grateful. But we must learn how to appreciate the gift that we got and the purpose that we have to fulfill. And how we navigate the space, we must be mindful of how we navigate the space, how we affect and affect each other and others in life. When we say others, I talk about the trees, I talk about the animal, because they are all a part of life, you know? They are all a part of us. The food chain is the journey through which life carry through, because to be honest, the flesh is truly preserved food, because whenever you're dead, despite you might not see what eat you, you will be feast upon, and you will take back the cycle of life. You know, the universe is the largest life form, because it encloses the earth which encloses us. And inside my body there's also the life form. Understand? There are also the life form that is so small that the eye can't see. We were able to identify some of these life forms through technological development, microscope and otherwise. So these technologies are developing because of the knowledge that the greater life will already live out there in the universe. With time, we develop slowly. Understand? The slow delivery of knowledge is also necessary for the journey of the greater life and intended. You know, because an eternal life is not one that should start and end anytime soon. We'll be moving from this earth and we'll be living on other planets. Maybe not in my lifetime, but years to come, we'll be doing such journey. Before now, we were walking on foot. Understand? Our journey most on foot, on animals, donkey most likely, you know, horse. Now we are able to make vehicle and reduce some of that load that the donkeys and the horse have to carry. So some freedom is granted to both life form in this sense, despite the fact that we are actually destroying most of the environment and most of the ecosystem that most of these animal habitat are being destroyed, because we try to capture most of the land space, not giving much regard to those lesser animals, as we would have called them. Understand? But knowledge is naturally given by the Almighty with the intent that we should move forward faster, get more work done as we garner more information, more creation, because we are coming closer to the fusion of the greater life in completeness. With each step of the way, you understand, we are able to create man. Even though we weren't able to completely develop the flesh, years gone by, it was only metals and wood. Now we are geneticizing the creation, you understand, through stem cell and all that. So the knowledge is being imparted, but it never intended to acquire overnight, you know. It's just time, and each of us have a different contribution to contribute to life. So we must all be mindful and be thankful that we are a part of this life, and our contribution to this life, whether it be negative or positive, it is necessary. And we are grateful for the time that the greater life has imparted and remain a part of this flesh, and for the contribution that we are able to contribute to this life. Yes, we give thanks for one more moment, one more lesson, you know, one more close. We give thanks. It's I, Pagan Rebel, saying love, peace, joy, and happiness among all life, in life, and for life. Pagan Rebel, give thanks.